Hi, everybody, and welcome to this World Junior Championship telecast on NHL Network, fueled by Gatorade. Ken Danico, Jamison Coyle, hope you're ready. I know we are. Fourth and final quarterfinal of today, and all three games have been good, so why wouldn't the fourth and final one be good as well? Team USA, Team Slovakia, the Americans have certainly had the advantage in the last 10 matchups. Team USA has won 8 of those, but throw all that out the window, right?
Right out the window. In a one-game elimination, anything can happen. We know there's been upsets. We had some real good games earlier on and against a couple of teams or a couple of games where there was a big discrepancy in depth and talent. They've all been close. Let's not forget, earlier in the tournament, Slovakia lost 3-1 to Canada. One was an empty netter against arguably the deepest, best team in this World Junior Championships tournament. So for USA, for me, don't try to score 5 goals in the first 5 minutes because you're heavily favored. You know, stick to your game plan, stay patient, take what's given to you, because you have a tendency, if you want to go and score early and blow them doors off Slovakia because you're expected to, you maybe take shortcuts. You maybe hang on to the puck a little longer. You maybe don't move it as quick as you would like or the coaching staff would like. But Team USA has passed all the tests. They continue to get better, so I expect more of the same. And even if it's tight early, because you know Slovakia is going to try to bottle up the middle, neutral zone, and certainly in front of their net. They know that's the only way or chance that they have, because they're not going to exchange scoring chances with the deeper, much more talented Team USA.
This is the only time that Team USA and Slovakia have met in the knockout round since 2009. That was the only other time. Team USA actually lost that one 5-3. And Slovakia had guys like Tomas Tatar and Richard Panik on that team. This is Team USA's team right now. Find me a weakness in this lineup up front. These guys are loaded.
Well, there isn't. And as important, they all play their role to a T. And Coach Lehman's talked about it. You know, guys that need to be diligent and hard on the puck and compete in the corners and in front of the net have been. That's the third and fourth liners. But they got the first and second liners doing that as well, even though they might be a little more skilled to make plays or a little fancier in the offensive zone. But everybody's just getting the job done. I like what the defense corps has done as well. I mean, not as experienced back there.
3 straight shutouts. It's not just the goalies, right?
It's not just the goalies. These guys are moving the puck, doing all the little things and the right things. The passes have been perfect.
All right, Spencer Knight and company ready to rock and roll against Slovakia. Quarterfinal action coming your way after this.
We're into the medal rounds at the World Junior Hockey Championship. We welcome you to this telecast on NHL Network that is fueled by Gatorade. Tonight, you know the place, the setting, Rogers Place, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The teams, Team USA against Slovakia, the fourth and final quarterfinal of the day. And what a day it has been here on the network and at the World Juniors. You see the 3 teams that have moved on. The United States hoping to join Finland, Russia, and Canada in the semifinals. Inside our NHL Network studios in New Jersey with Dave Starman, I'm Steven Nelson. Now, Star, if the U.S. takes care of business, we got a couple of brilliant semifinal matchups, but they do got to take care of business. Someone who continues to do that for Team USA, Trevor Zegras. What planet is this kid on?
He has been unreal, and everybody's made a lot about his offensive play, and his offensive play has been terrific. I think what flies under the radar and watching these games back is how good he's been in his own end, too. He's been really good in his coverage. He's been very dialed in. Offensively, terrific. Moving pucks, shooting pucks, creating plays, creating setups in front. I love his offensive game, but I'll tell you what, he's defending hard. He's taking care of his responsibilities. He's tracking back. He's staying with his check. When you defend hard, a lot of really good defensive play turns into a lot of good, really offensive play, and he is being rewarded.
He continues to climb up the record books for USA Hockey, both in single tournament and career tournament play. We'll keep you updated on those as he continues to pile up the points. Now, I asked you, Star, what did you want on the whiteboard today? And you said nighttime, because Spencer Knight has been lights out the last 2 as he has back-to-back shutouts. And he and Dustin Wolf have been terrific together, but it's Knight's net tonight.
That phrase worked for us great when I was at the Atlanta Knights, so I figured maybe it'll work great for Spencer tonight, too. And he's been really good. He has totally flushed out that early game. I don't think anybody's talking about it anymore. He was very, very good against the Swedes. Kept pucks in front of him. Clean crease, not a lot of rebounds, dialed in, tremendous economy of motion. He tracked pucks extremely well. The thing I like about Knight is no matter what's going on around the crease, he doesn't get flustered, and I think that is a huge component in a tough single elimination game.
180 minutes and 21 seconds of hockey without a goal allowed for Team USA And if you run that shutout streak to include the line of with a goalie in net, 206 minutes and 35 seconds. No goalie in USA Hockey history has ever posted 3 consecutive shutouts at the World Junior Championship.
I'm not sure any goalie has had the puck possession team in front of them that this group has. That they have been really good with it. They have connected zones well. Their support game has continued to get better and better, and that's one of the reasons why they are scoring like they are, and it's one of the reasons their goals against is so low. They're not defending a ton in their own end.
The officiating crew for this evening and the crews throughout this tournament in Edmonton have been terrific. Between the pipes for the Slovaks, Simon Lakotsky. Opposite Spencer Knight. Lakotsky, one of 2 right catch netminders on the Slovakian roster. U.S. faced one in Yaroslav Askarov, who is much more highly touted, and of course Lakotsky.
And you're lucky if you see 2 or 3 right-handed goalies a season. This tournament, you've had a bunch of them.
Nate Lehman, head coach for Team USA, coaching against Robert Petrovitsky for the Slovaks, and he has a lot of stamps in his hockey passport. We'll get into that and his journey as the broadcast goes along, as they prepare to drop the puck for the final quarterfinal here on this Saturday slate, the World Junior Championships.
Hey! Hey! That's not where your stick goes! Come on! Hey guys, let's have a good time here.
Let's do that. The hot mics are the opening puck drop of the World Junior game. Don't sleep on it. It's great. Here's Alex Turcotte.
It's a good thing they turn them off.
Actually, I wouldn't mind if they left them on, if I'm being truthful. Turcotte into the zone with Zegras and Kaliev. That line been together consistently for Team USA.
And the U.S. starts up early. Defense at the blue line. Tight gaps. Good backside pressure. And establishing right from the get-go that they're going to be in the face of the Slovaks as the Slovaks come in on the rush. Slovaks are not that quick. It allowed the U.S. to step up a whole lot more.
For those tuning in on NHL Network right now who have only been paying attention to USA Hockey games and that of Group B and didn't watch the Slovaks, and quick things to know about the team. Some youth and a lot of size, Dave Starman. They got, what, 7 players listed at 6'4" or taller.
Yeah, their average height is about 6'1.5", 200 pounds. They've got 3 16-year-olds on the roster that are not eligible until the 2023 draft. Good group of 04s to bring up. You don't have to worry about relegation. You can go young and get some experience with your younger players.
Pushed ahead by Drew Hellison, who's continued to ascend as the World Juniors have gone on, the Avalanche prospect.
He and Cale McCarr could be a fun pair, huh?
I mean, the Colorado Avalanche, they have stuffed the cupboards full of talent and prospects. And that prospect system will be in the NHL sooner than later. We're starting to see that already.
By the way, you're going to see from the Slovaks a lot of what you saw from the Czechs. They're a very similar team. They are not going to be over-aggressive up ice. They're pretty good at taking away space between the dots.
Oh, look out in front. Baranacci tried to go to the backhand. Throws it in front off the pad of Lakotsky. Johnson drops it to Brett Berard. And again, this third line for Team USA generating stuff early. Traffic in front. There's a scramble for it. Lakotsky still hasn't covered. No whistle. We play on. Thrun has it taken off his stick, but he fights back for it. Bobby Brink will push it forward.
Great job by Berard to come up real high between the 2 defensemen and to be able to create from up there. With him going to retrieve a puck up high, allowed the defenseman to hold the line and allowed his line mates to get to the front of the net and jam up in front of the goaltender. A really nice play by the U.S. here early. Slovaks trying to get out of their own zone. They're a deliberate team. It did work, and it turned around. And look at the U.S. investment. How often have you seen 3 U.S. jerseys inside the coverage between the defenseman and the top of the goal crease? And that is why they're scoring goals.
And we mentioned pregame, they want to improve here at the dot. And Alex Turcotte wins the draw back to Cam York now for Trevor Zegras. Zegras fires from the point, tipped in front. Lakotsky hangs on.
Nothing better than when your first line starts with the puck.
Fans of Team Slovakia tuned in, hoping their country, their club, can pull off a monumental upset here at the World Junior Championship. Goalie on. Plays it ahead. To stop things down. Here with 17-13 to go. How about the red, white, and blue of the United States? Come on, bring it up. There we go. Once they see themselves, then they understand.
Like the BC jerseys down on the bottom.
I got to tell you,
college hockey representation.
We've seen some electric outfits and setups on those fan cams. Keep them coming. Slovaks control off the draw. Polinic couldn't fire a shot off well. Dug out by York. Cam York, the captain for Team USA. The second Southern Californian to wear the C in the World Juniors. Johnny Blum, the other one.
Johnny Blum was in that 2009 game when they lost to the Slovaks on January 2nd.
Thrown in front. Here's Brendan Brisson, who's getting better and better with every game. Shot from the point, tipped in front of Lakotsi, never got through. You mentioned Blum, who was on the bench as an assistant that year. The head coach this year, Nate Lehman.
That was a pretty good team. That team had Kevin Shattenkirk and Ryan McDonough on the back end. James Van Riemsdyk was on that team. Colin Wilson was on that team.
Disappointing finish to be sure. Thanks to Team Slovakia.
Yaroslav, that will always be known as the Yaroslav Janosch game.
Yeah.
My God, was he good. The U.S. outshot the Slovaks about 307-12. Missed the penalty shot in the game. Jordan Schrader had been muddy the entire tournament on his forehand. Went to his backhand on a penalty shot, didn't score. And I joked with him about it years later. I said, I would have bet my house you would have gone to your forehand.
Entering the zone, fight, shoots. And Knight has to scramble to hold on to the rebound. It'll be a face-off to his left as Slovakia has its first shot on goal of the contest.
Nice save by Knight. Good wide drive by the Slovaks. And a really nice play, 23 in blue, Ryan Johnson for the University of Minnesota, draft choice of the Buffalo Sabres. You see the kid, you see the stick? Stick on stick, stick in the lane, stick on puck. Make sure those shots get blocked as Dustin Wolf looks on.
The other part of the dynamic goaltending duo for Team USA. Face-off one, back to Nemitz from the point. Blocked down. Here's Brett Berard, fifth round pick for the New York Rangers. In the most recent draft, dumps and chases. Look at that. I mean, Brett Berard, you can't say enough about this line. There's a body thrown.
One great way to know if your team is dialed in early in the game is how well they're forechecking. If pucks are going in and pressure's soft, your team's going through the motion. If pucks are going in and your F1 is getting in there like a truck and running people over and getting on pucks hard, and your second guy's coming in and sealing walls, you know that your guys are mentally and physically dialed in because they're moving their feet and they're thinking the game.
We played a handful of minutes and this one's still scoreless. Quarterfinal game for Team USA against Slovakia. Pool play is done. If you lose, your tournament is over, as the United States found out last year against Finland. If they win tonight, they will face Finland in the semis.
I love games between the U.S. and Finland. Not looking ahead of this one, but those are my favorite games. I love U.S.-Canada games, don't get me wrong. U.S.-Finland's got a different jam to it, which I love watching.
Look out, here comes Kashlik. Into the gut of Spencer Knight, will hang on. John Farinacci tried to throw a hit and then got a stick up high. He went down to the dressing room, or into the tunnel rather, to get checked out. So Farinacci a part of that third line we've been raving about all tournament long.
You can always move Landon Slaggert into that spot between Berard and Brink, similar kind of player.
Because the fourth line has also been solid for Nate Lehman's club. He's been quick to point out that this isn't a one-line tournament. And those quote-unquote bottom six guys, they've been good. Lakotsi comes out to play it.
If you needed a right shot, you can always move Colangelo up for a shift or two.
Here's Jake Sanderson. Sanderson throws it through traffic. Lakotsi hangs on. We mentioned all these stamps in that man's hockey passport. the head coach for Team Slovakia. 25 years pro, 6 leagues, 23 different teams.
As our colleague on the other side, Ray Ferraro, said, he must have the best den in any house anywhere.
Won by Beniers. Here's Cole Caulfield, and play blown dead.
Got an interference penalty. It's got to be on the U.S.
Yep.
Just with the way that shook out. You know, in football, you can always tell when there's a holding penalty on the offense. It had to be.
USA 12, minor penalty, interference.
There's an art to the legal pick off of one face-off in the offensive zone, and apparently that didn't get drawn correctly. And the U.S. will be shorthanded. And there it is right there. Now, off of one draw like that, if you're one of the wingers, you do want to establish space so that the attacking player can't come out and get to your point guy and block the lane. But if you don't have the space prior to making contact with that opposing player, that's interference.
The United States penalty kill perfect. The best in the tournament, 5 for 5. They've been the most disciplined team, so this has been a rarity, quite frankly.
Want to try it again?
Yep. Again, what did I tell you last game? Can't spell my name without an L. Or about 3 of them on that one phrase alone. Meanwhile, Slovakia, they've been the most penalized team in pool play. They have a power play opportunity here in the first period of a scoreless quarterfinal against the United States.
Two wins on 2 draws in their defensive zone. Slovaks are offside coming back in. I'll tell you what, there's nothing more important on a penalty kill than a first face-off win and a first clear, because that'll generally kill 20 to 25 seconds off the power play. So now the first unit that's out there, they've got to recover, go get puck back, come back in, and you already lose half your shift. That's the importance of face-off. Sometimes if it's not stated well enough, that face-off wins in short-handed situations are perhaps the most important part of your penalty kill.
Slovakia trying to give their fans back home a wake-up call, something to cheer about as we approach 5 a.m. local time there.
And that's 3 for 3 now. And just you're looking at the seconds ticking off on the Slovaks' first unit.
Bobby Brink doing good work down below, trying to throw it back in the middle for a teammate, but instead found the stick of fight. Here's fight again, near side. Spelled Roman Faith, which is an incredible name, but it's pronounced fight. Thrun plays it out, and the Slovaks have to reset. Ilush swings it around, and Brink hacks it down. What has helped the USPK been so successful? You talked about the success on draws.
Their speed. I think number one is they're quick on pursuit. They have attacked triggers extremely well. They've been really good in support. And what I mean by triggers is on a power play, if you're the penalty killing team, guy goes on his backhand, that's a trigger, go attack. Player bobbles a puck a little bit, that's a trigger, you go attack. A player has just received a pass, that's a trigger, go attack so they don't get a chance to get it set up. I think the U.S. has been really, really good attacking triggers, and Steve Miller, their assistant coach at Ohio State University, is a mastermind when it comes to penalty killing.
Last 20 seconds of the penalty to Matt Boldy, been one of the breakout stars for Team USA. Held at the line by the Slovaks. Now at the top of the left circle. Kashlik threw it into the middle, and it's dumped once more, and that's going to do it. Another successful United States PK, 6 for 6 here in the World Juniors. Back at even strength with 12 minutes to go in the opening frame. Slovakia played Canada well in their group play matchup. Played them close for a while before the home country pulled away. Here is Matt Boldy up for Trevor Zegras. Zegras trying to dangle. Boldy picks it up, shot off the shoulder. Saved by Lakotsi, who's looked solid and comfortable this far in net.
And considering that Malave is their other goalie, and he's kind of the guy that gets a lot of the attention. At the very least, the Slovaks came in this tournament knowing that they were going to be strong in the net to keep the goals against down.
Lava in his 3rd World Junior. We actually called his debut when he was 17 years old 2 years ago.
Thanks for making me feel older.
In British Columbia. United States in the ozone. Bounces by Zegras. He spun around. Slovakia will exit. Now Mrazek. Played up for Berard. Brett Berard trying to do it himself. He cuts through. Has Beniers in front.
This game, in the end, I really feel will boil down to the fact that the Slovaks will not be able to handle the U.S. speed for 60 minutes. I just don't think there's any way they can.
Speaking of speed, Cole Caulfield showing a kick save by Lakotsi.
And with the Slovaks, the penalties coming up, and with the Slovaks doing what they do defensively by packing in and playing between the dots, at some point that's going to crack. You saw it with the Czechs.
A penalty on Mudrak. The United States power play is up next when we come back.
Play at number 4, minor penalty tripping.
Another look at the penalty drawn by Matty Beniers. Brought down by one of the alternate captains for Team Slovakia, David Budak. Played in last year's World Junior Championship, had 3 assists in 7 games for the Slovaks. And now the United States power play. 6 for 15 coming in. Slovak PK 13 for 16. Cam York up top. Zegras now looking for Boldy down below. Good stick in the lane. There by Turan. Zegras down to Boldy. Boldy in front. Good save by Lakotsi as the puck bounces over Cam York's stick. Hacked down and cleared.
U.S. having a little tough time getting set up on that as Spencer Knight works on his chipping game. You'll notice on this power play here on the left side, both Boldy and Beniers can play on their wing and be very effective at it. They protect the puck extremely well in that area.
Turnover from York. He recollects as the United States has to get back on side. Now Trevor Zegras.
Sorry, I meant Kaliev and Boldy is what I meant on that line. Sorry, my apologies.
Caulfield with the dangles back to Kaliev. Now Zegras. Boldy. You got Kaliev back door. Kaliev's there. He shoots. He scores and let's party. Perfect time to swallow a bug on a broadcast, Dave Starman.
I just thought you got all emotional.
No.
Well, we're just talking about Kaliev playing on his side. Boldy, you can see now he switches sides. He sets up the little jam play option. And there's Kaliev, who's just there to finish. They get the puck right through the seam. Look at the look off. Did Boldy ever look at Kaliev? Not once. And everybody on the Slovak team was thinking that that pass was going to stay on the strong side. It didn't. It went right through the seam. And there was Kaliev to bang it home. When you talk about playing with deception, that is a prime example of using the look-off to set up a goal. Kaliev was patient. Boldy was brilliant.
Kaliev's second goal and 4th point of the tournament.
You okay, partner?
Yeah, I've got a drink of water now. We'll survive. The United States plays on looking for more. 9 minutes left in the first period. Sanderson lost the handle. Mirajic going the other way.
Great job by Sanderson. Switches from left to right, makes a great puck play.
Nate Lehman told us earlier today, Sanderson has been quietly elite for Team USA.
He is so good defending off the puck.
Into the glove of Lakotsi. And some post-whistle shoving going on as we show you both Kaliev, the goal scorer, and Boldy, who had the apple. We step aside, try and figure out my trope. Slovakia is going to try and tie this game up at the World Junior Championship. Another look at Arthur Kaliev's goal.
So there's Kaliev, left wing side, left-handed shot, puts himself in a prime area. Boldy has got everybody thinking that that puck's going to stay on his side of the ice. Everybody gets mesmerized by the puck. Everybody's trying to take away that pass strong side, low to high. And Kaliev sneaks in behind the coverage, wastes not 1 second, and buries it.
23 unanswered goals in this tournament now for Team USA. Drew Hellison paired with Jake Sanderson. Hellison being pressured by Wachowski. And now we're going back the other way with Matt Boldy again. Here's Hellison joining the rush to his backhand, centering pass. What a kick save by Lakotsi on Boldy.
When we see this again, you're going to see a play that Beniers made to open this whole thing up.
Now we watch Cole Caulfield trying to knife in. Boldy has it now near side. He throws it down low. Boldy has space, sharp angle off the side of the post. And it bounces over the stick of Johnson, who blows a tire. Chromiak shoots. That's high off the glass. The Kings prospect with an opportunity for the Slovaks.
Second time Chromiak's had a shot from that area. First one was blocked, second one goes wide.
Play stopped down with 7:46 left in the first 20 of play.
Here's Cole Caulfield, who's had a nice tournament himself. His father, Paul, and Slaggart's dad, Andy, both coached together with Troy Jutting at the Holinka tournament many years ago. They coached together. They were at the end of the first period of a USA-Russia game over in the Czech Republic when they found out that Herb Brooks had passed away. Ironic being a USA-Russia game, but the long-term relationship between the Slaggarts and the Caulfields, and David Berard a little bit involved in that too, in terms of that little trio.
The bonds and relationship on this particular Team USA group go back a long, long way. And they were all kids playing 10-year-olds in their respective regions. As we have a penalty coming up. It's like Turanci skates to the bench. The Slovaks are being outshot 11-2 as there is one of the Slaggarts
USA
landed.
number 26, 2 and 10 for check to the head.
2 and 10.
And basically what
Shoulder
Nate
to
Lehman is
shoulder.
saying is, yeah, it's a little soft. Is his impression. Here it comes. Nah, you know what? You got it right. That is contact to the head. There's always been the argument, and I've always thought it's a fair argument. What if a player is a smaller player than you, and what if they duck, and it's a late contact versus a targeted contact? There's a lot, I think, that goes into that, but you can't argue with the end result. The picture showed it.
The 2 and 10 for Landon Slaggart. Sam Colangelo joining him in the box. So we talk about the U.S. discipline. Hasn't been there in this first period thus far.
The biggest problem is you lose a centerman for 12 minutes. And a good one. Good defensive centerman in Slaggart.
York will fire it around the glass, and it'll go the length of the ice.
Now, this is not a game where you need to, quote unquote, send a message. That was interesting.
Hey, Bobby Brink and Lakotsi getting to know each other a little bit.
But when you can live on your penalty kill and know that it's good, you can play on the edge a little bit more, knowing that if you do take a penalty for being a little over aggressive, you can kill it.
Sanderson and Beniers down in the corner for Team USA as the puck is out of play.
2 minutes for check to the head. We need 10-minute misconduct.
So here's that get together between Lakotsi and Brink.
Brink's just following through, like no penalty there. He's just following on the puck. The goalie is handling the puck, so you can make contact like that where you just kind of get on the hands and the body. Brink did that really smart.
Lakotsi had a 28-save shutout earlier in this tournament against Switzerland. Getting the start here in the quarters over the 3-year World Junior veteran, Samuel Lavai. Off the draw. Slovaks win it out the point. Landon Slaggart just got 2 and 10 for a penalty. Second power play for the Slovaks as there's an attempt that goes just wide of the net of Spencer Knight. Off the stick of Mizuka.
I love that behind the net camera angle. It really shows you how the coverage takes away lanes.
Now, Slavkovsky plays it to the other side. Thrown to the point. Goalie on. Slavkovsky hesitates and allows Turcotte to get back in the lane. Under 6 minutes to play in the first period. A shot gets through to Spencer Knight, but he's there, and he'll hang on.
Steve, this is nice work by the Slovaks because they kept moving it around the top of the perimeter. So you're going station to station a lot, and you might not be creating a chance, but you know what you're doing? You're stretching out the top 2 penalty killing forwards, and you're making them skate and cover the ice. Remember, On a penalty kill, it's 4 doing the work of 5, and it's 2 forwards really doing the work of 3 when it comes to high coverage. So as they're going side to side, they're getting tired out. Once the play then goes low, it takes a lot more energy to get back down there to recover.
From plays it down below the goal line and gets it back. Up to the point. Now near side for a one-time blast. That's blocked by Spencer Knight. Still loose in front, thrown at him. And he hangs on. Spencer Knight getting some action here in the first period, trying to keep Team USA up 1-0. Welcome back to this World Junior Championship telecast fueled by Gatorade. Here's the last flurry from the Slovaks on the power play.
Like where Spencer Knight was in the crease. Up top, composed, ready, and once again, as you see, after that last shot comes in, he leans over a little bit to his side, makes sure the puck stays cradled in on his body, doesn't drop down in front of him. And in excellent command of the crease early in period number 1.
Off the draw, played off the glass into neutral ice. Zegras will backhand it down. Now in the corner, Turcotte will kick it forward. It's taken out by Team Slovakia, who streaks into the zone. Now in front of Knight, hacking at it. There's Yendik. And finally a whistle. Team USA will take exception to the extra hacks, but you can understand the Slovaks playing through the whistle.
There is no team that gaps forward better in the tournament, in my opinion, than the U.S. and their defense corps. And they are doing it like crazy. What I mean by defending forward, see that play right there where the defenseman turns and he skates forward towards his opponent as opposed to staying backwards? They're doing a great job of it. That was Thrun who did it just there. Sanderson has done it all tournament. As a matter of fact, Sanderson at times reminded me a lot of Charlie McAvoy with the way that he crosses sides to surf over and knock a play away when he feels he can get an opportunity to. I love seeing defensemen do it. I would love to see more young defensemen do it.
In the last 5 minutes of the first period, Team USA up 1-0 thanks to a power play goal by Arthur Kallio from Boldy and Zegras. So yes, another point for Trevor Zegras here at the World Junior. Shots 11-5 in favor of the U.S. Thrown back in front, but right to Bobby Brink. Brink will take it out himself. Now the quick up. Berard fights for it.
That's a great stick battle by Berard, but the problem with what Brink was doing is he threw Berard a pass. Berard was 1-on-4 with no speed, and he wound up in the teeth of the Slovak back check.
Little toe drag from Bayan Petrovitsky, son of the head coach, Robert.
Oh, see, you mean a kid can actually play on a team that his dad coaches and it's okay? What a concept.
Here's Brock Faber. Tried to play it through, puck in the air, played down, Matty Beniers will play it and lead to a whistle. Hey, hockey fans, the 2022 Winter Olympics and Paralympics are right around the corner, and we can all help support Team USA by contributing to the USA Hockey Foundation's Raise the Flag campaign. For more information, go to USA Hockey Foundation, all one word, .com to donate right now. Boldy chasing along with Cole Caulfield. Now it's Hellison's puck. Sanderson and Hellison found some chemistry and comfort together more and more as the tournament has gone on.
U.S. manages to gain his zone here. Ken Danico and I were talking earlier today about the importance of a first pass and how it could be a staple of being a good defenseman. And that second one's got to be a good one, too. As long as you're moving out of your zone, those passes have to be tape to tape.
Beniers looking for Caulfield backdoor. The pass never got through. Sanderson keeps it inside the zone. Now it's Caulfield. He leads it for Sanderson, who jumps down. Laid back by Caulfield. Now Beniers tried to feed Caulfield. What feel for Matty Beniers? I know it didn't work out on that play. Now he's entering again. Beniers, a 2021 draft prospect. If you don't know that by now, you're going to learn today. Here's Arthur Kaliev, and to be honest, if Artie could score another goal tonight, it'd be great for me to get a shot at redemption. I'm getting chirped by my pots for that.
Yeah, you had a tough one.
That was brutal.
It's all right. Happens to everybody.
2:20 left in the first.
Hey, listen, better be now than the overtime gold medal winner, right?
See, that's a good teammate there picking me up. U.S. has to retreat to the D zone as it flutters past Spencer Knight's face. Thrown in for Ryan Johnson. Buffalo Sabres first rounder 2 drafts ago. Now Zegras. Into Johnson. Across for Kaliev, but it was in his skates.
Oh gosh, if you're Johnson, and again, you don't know what the lane looks like through his eyes, but if the lane's there in a grade A,
pull the trigger.
and he's got a great shot.
As we saw last game, him and Zegras hooking up for a tally.
Another one in the long line of University of Minnesota defensemen who can just rip it.
Good stick by Johnson. Now to Zegras. Zegras! Oh, what a body by Jedlička to hold up Zegras, who's in some discomfort heading back to the USA Hockey bench. That was a great play by Maros Jedlička. Wasn't going to let Zegras put him on a highlight tape. Baranacci fights back to poke it back.
Jedlička is a 6'1.5", 190-pound brick wall. He's been good in this tournament for us.
Last minute of play in the first. Brock Faber. Speaking of quietly elite, as we said earlier for Sanderson, he's been paired with Cam York as Faber.
When you play with an offensive-minded defenseman, you have to learn how to play with them. And Faber's done a great job learning how to play with York.
There's York throwing the body on Kalinic. Now far side, Elias will cut behind the net. Elias working backhand off the skate of Brendan Brisson. 20 seconds left in the first. Here's York. As the United States content to head to the dressing room with this 1-0 lead. After 20 minutes of regulation hockey, Dave Starman, they outshot the Slovaks 12-5. Took some penalties. Zegras appears to be okay after the hit. What do you think of the first?
I would say, minus the fact that they spent 4 minutes killing penalties, they dominated the play. There's the hit. And it was just under the chin of Zegras as he had his head snapped just a little bit. That's probably one of those ones where you just shake your head a couple times, get back to the bench, and get ready to go. I think this game, this is pure mathematics right here. You figure you got 40 minutes left. The U.S. is dominating shift by shift. It's going to be a matter of time, I think, much like the Czech game, where this game really begins to open up.
It is 1-0 Team USA. Time now for the first intermission report, which will feature interviews with Jill Savage in the bubble in Edmonton. Fellas, take it away.
Welcome to this World Juniors Intermission Report presented by Gatorade. EJ Raddick, Tony Luffman. It's 1-0, 20 minutes in. Team USA has not failed to win any game at this World Junior Tournament when they have scored first. They did score first, but EJ, that first period was far from dominant for the red, white, and blue. What did you see?
Well, I think there was a lot of good things. They had the puck a lot. They had opportunities in the period. They obviously handled things from a shots on goal standpoint and a geographical standpoint in the game. They had the better of the play. Took a couple of penalties, though, giving the Slovaks opportunities there. Spencer Knight had to make a couple of big saves. They did get out in front with that first goal, terrific play. It looked like a power play goal there. So for me, that's what you want. You want to get ahead of teams like Slovakia who really want the game. They want to try to take the life out of the game, play defense, have a close game to the end, and then try to steal it. You get the lead, you force them out of that a little bit.
Let's take a look at the first period highlights, including the lead that EJ referred to. Team USA taking that advantage on a power play. Midway through, you see the shot tally, 6-2. And look at Caulfield dancing and creating a shot opportunity there. Then a trip, and that would be the ensuing power play. Watch Kaliev, a work of art, if you will. Boldy, Kaliev, goal, what a beauty.
Yeah, I love the deception by Baldy there. Baldy just looked past the whole time. He gets down here. He's got it on the goal line. He's looking, but then he finds Kaliev, who sneaks into that open spot. You can see it better here. He's sailing past up high, and then he turns it over late. Great pass. And then a nice finish by Kaliev.
There's two things you got to know about E.J. Radick. One, he may be the funniest human alive. Two, he doesn't like when...
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Johnson does not shoot, and he is in the slot.
Yeah, I think don't turn down shot opportunities. These are things that end up hurting you in games like this. Team gives you a good scoring chance. You're on your forehand. You're in the slot. Take a shot. You get too cute. You don't get anything out of it. You don't get a goal, and now we're still at 1-0.
Team USA has not given up a goal since Abraham Lincoln was president. 200 minutes and 21 seconds. Unbelievable. And Spencer Knight in the first period was called on a few times. He responded.
Yeah, he did. You know, goalies that are in the situation like Spencer Knight is in this type of game, let's face it, there's not going to be a million shots in the game, but there are going to be some good chances, and you're seeing a couple of them there. And what I liked on that particular shot is he just held it, no rebound. Again, hold the puck, stop the play, don't give them any chance for a scramble around the net. And Spencer Knight has been locked in since that Game 1 struggle against Russia. And you see there, that was a really good save, too, because there was a turnover in front, a quick chance, and he was right on top of the crease to make that stop. So Spencer Knight continuing to look really good, and that's great news for Team USA.
Ever since that Russia performance, he parked it, and he has been sensational. We're going to take our first break. When we come back on our Gatorade Intermission Report, the traditional red sweaters and the traditional Canadian performance. They move on to the semis. Highlights next. Three quarterfinals already in the books. Canada, Czech Republic. Guess who was favored? Canada. And here comes the Czech Republic looking for the grand upset. Levi, ready.
Yeah, that was a really nice stop there on a good chance by the Czech Republic. And again, cleaned up that rebound. No second chance.
8 minutes in, the Russians were never more efficient. The Red Army than this Red Army. It's Cousins. Icebreaker.
Sabre fans got to be thrilled with what Dylan Cousins is doing here in this tournament. Comes in, nice little movement, trickles past the goaltender.
Nick Malik didn't have a chance at that one. Power play winding down. Canada looking to add to that 1-0 lead. Patience, and yes, Bowen Byram makes it 2-0.
Oh, he is so good. Look at the way he dances across, holds, and then shoots and gets the bounce through. Another member of the Avalanche down the road.
Empty net. Under 3 to go. McMichael McFinishes it. 3-0. Canada rolls on. They have not trailed. They are so good at ice hockey. Germany, Russia. Here's a breakaway. Coming in. And scoring.
Short-handed goal. Chistakov, the defenseman, Nashville pick. Great pass up the ice to Ponomarev. And the Carolina pick. A little shimmy shake, Tony. He puts it home.
Shimmy shake is right. It's 2-0. Germany in a hole, but they cut the deficit in half. Elias with the goal to make it 2-1.
Yeah, nice shot. Gets it through. He gets another chance here.
Askarov. That was a lot of patience, EJ.
That's a big stop. 1-goal game, less than 4 minutes to go. And he hangs on the big guy, and he holds on to that puck. The Nashville Predators' first-round pick gets the win.
So the Russians move on. Sweden, Finland. Remember the Swedes? Oh, that counts. He's 8'1". Elmer Soderblom.
Yeah,
wow.
On skates, he may well be. Second time he's done this in the tournament. 6th-round pick by the Red Wings in 2019. Boy, he is looking good.
It's a 2-1 score in the third. Power play. Finns appear to tie it. Lundell.
He does. He does tie it. That was a great shot. Here we go, Tone. Final seconds.
Inside a half minute. And the stuff. Pervonen. What a comeback. From 2-0 down, the Finns, 3 straight goals, and they're moving on.
Yeah, Altifelt just couldn't get over. Nice play by Hirvonen. He's a Toronto Maple Leafs draft pick.
Team USA and Slovakia. Second period straight ahead. 1-0 on a Kaliev tally. Come right back.
This intermission report is fueled by Gatorade. Nothing beats Gatorade.
there are the numbers through 20 minutes played. Let's hear from the staff. Assistant coach Ted Donato. It's the 371st time a Donato has been a part of USA Hockey with Jill Savage.
Coach, the United States has done so good throughout this tournament with not taking any penalties, 2 already in that first period. What did you see out of the penalty kill?
Well, I think our penalty kill's been outstanding, but we don't want to keep putting it to the test. So we've done a great job with discipline to this point in the tournament. Obviously, killing off 2 put some very talented players from Slovakia on the ice. So, we did a nice job killing, got some nice saves there by Spencer, but, I think we'd be smart to try to stay out of the box the rest of the way.
What have you seen offensively so far?
Well, I think we've done some good things. We've had some outnumbered rushes, but we've gotten the pucks first, but we haven't won enough battles down low to be able to sustain the in zone offense that we've had in some of the previous games. So we're going to have second and third effort. They get some big, strong guys down there, and they're doing a good job. We got to get out the weak side of the ice and maybe open up the offensive zone a little bit.
We'll be looking for that. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Jill.
The coaches, they always know.
Yeah.
Stay out of the box. Stay out of the box. That's a problem. You give the Slovaks a couple of power play opportunities. Team USA got ahead in this game. Stay ahead. That's the idea, right? Make the Slovaks play offense, which they don't want to do.
And catch up. This guy will make it tough to catch up. First round pick of the Florida Panthers. Do they take goalies in the first round? When they're as good as him, they do. Second period next.
Welcome back to this World Junior Championship telecast on NHL Network, fueled by Gatorade. Alongside Dave Starman, I'm his ball and chain, Steven Nelson. Team USA taking on Slovakia in the quarterfinals. Star, what'd you see in the first?
I like this play because look at the amount of second, third chances the U.S. got and great presence at the net. Then as the period went on, nice save there with a rebound held. Here's a one-time and done. Take a look at this play. Great setup, one time and done. Here comes another one. Good little play across the net, one time and done. The one thing that you want to do when you're trying to bury a team is get those second and third kicks at the can. The United States had real good pressure at the net. For my liking, a little bit too many one and dones, and I think second period, one thing they'll be talking about is more net front pressure so they can get that second or third chance, bury some rebounds.
I asked you if you thought Slovakia was doing anything unique to Team USA to prevent more goals, more quality chances.
Yeah, they were going with the 6 goalie theory, which is well, the guy with the pad stays in the net and everybody else packs it in, and you try to block as many shots as you can, and maybe you get a shot off a shin guard where you can get into transition quick and steal a breakaway. The Slovaks right now are very much playing a defensive posture type game. And I think when you overplay defensively, you don't think about an attack-minded mentality, it really can wear on you as the game goes on.
Whistle 14 seconds into the second period. Team USA fans, show me something. Show me something good. Yeah, there we go. And a delayed reaction. It's Zoom. We all experienced the delays in 2020.
You are a miracle man there with the way you get the crowd jumping.
It's magic. Shots 12-5 in favor of the United States in that first period. Cam York, most time on ice, 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Matty Beniers pacing the forwards with 7 minutes as it's dumped in by Brock Faber. Now picked up Zegras and took a big hit late in the first period. Back out there here in the second.
There's that first pass out to get in the skates.
Alex Turcotte will enter. Drop to Zegras. Zegras sauce to Turcotte. Centering pass. Zegras couldn't get a stick on it. Knife back in. Thrown around by Mizrak. Kaliev can't turn and recover it. Was banged off the boards into neutral ice. Hellison plays it for Beniers, who just hopped onto the ice. Now Matt Boldy trying to dangle through Budra. Coming around, Beniers tries to stuff it home, but Lakoltsi had the pad down.
If you're the U.S., the last thing you want to do is panic and start making too many individual plays. If the play's there, take it. If you're at a great age, you can get to the net, do it. But the last thing you want to do in a game where it's only 1-0.
Caulfield all alone. What a save by Lakoltsi.
Oh, big time stop. You see what I mean? If you got the play to the net, you take it.
Now a 2-on-1 for Team USA. Boldy looking for Caulfield. Caulfield has it behind the net. Back to Boldy. Now to the point. Held in by Throne, who just came on. Beniers. Caulfield. Up top. Now near side for Thrun. Johnson still on his stick as he comes around. Finds help in the form of Caulfield, who gives it back to Johnson. Beniers has Boldy in front. Beniers pressured. Slovaks can't clear though. Now push back into the middle, and they will finally exit the defensive zone.
U.S. with all kinds of pressure. U.S. is moving the puck up well. The Slovaks have two problems. Number one is they're turning and defending a whole lot and not getting out of their zone as clean as they want to. And number two is they're not as fast as the U.S. So when you get into these little puck races through the neutral zone, they're finding themselves on the losing side of a lot of them.
Here's Elias. Dump back, thrown in, off a leg. Now behind Knight, center, and bounces back up top. Slap shot from the point, Pat saved by Knight. Slovaks hold his own, now down below at the skates. And taken by Bobby Brink, but he can't clear, turned over. And coming back is Berard with the interception to lead the United States the other way. Brink shoots wide.
Brink's pass cross ice towards the end of his shift into traffic. Might have been the worst play the U.S. made in the tournament. And they were lucky they survived it.
Brink looks gassed, but he's still out there for Team USA. He's in pursuit of Nimitz.
I mean, he's been great, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But that was awful.
No blood drawn, though. It's still a 1-0 U.S. lead. Quick up for Colangelo. Colangelo fires, and it went into the glove of Lakoski.
Well, Caulfield sneaks behind the defense and gets it on a breakaway. A great stop. Real good gap here. Caulfield in. He had a shooting mentality the whole time. Good for him. And look at the flexibility.
Oof.
Tremendous save from a good spot, and Caulfield just misses on his second whack as the U.S. stretches the rink for the first time tonight. And there's the cat that ate the canary look that I mentioned the other night.
Yeah. Caulfield with 3 points in the tournament, 1 goal and 2 helpers. But even though the statistical numbers haven't been there, the coaching staff will tell you he's been much better than that.
He has been off the puck. He's been great. On the puck, he's been great. He might not have the points, but he's got the results. And he's made a lot of plays that have resulted in better plays by others that have put up numbers in the column. And I think you and I talked about it earlier in the tournament. Beniers and Boldy have benefited from playing from Caulfield, because when Caulfield's on the ice, everybody says, hey, make sure you know where 13 is.
Right.
Well, if everybody's concentrating on 13, that means 10 and 12. You're going to have a whole lot more room to play with, and they have absolutely taken advantage of it.
Matty Beniers. Long. Now a shot from Kaliev, the one-timer steered away. Thrown from the point. Lakoski doesn't know where it's at. It's on top of the net. And finally, a stoppage as Kaliev is brought down behind the net by Mudra. Extracurriculars.
Hey, the more, if you're the Slovaks, the more you can do to get in Zegras' kitchen and get him thinking about anything other than playing hockey, the better.
And it does seem like that's been some kind of focus for him.
Why not? I mean, when a guy's that hot, do something to keep him preoccupied. Here you see the puck moving around, lands on top of the net.
Ooh.
And once it's there, the play is
USA
dead.
number 10, Slovak number 9, both minor roughing.
That didn't miss by much as we get a couple of coincidental minors. U.S. with good pressure to the front of the net. And I really like the way that this kid is playing in goal.
18 years old, has supplanted Samuel Hlabai in net. Beniers.
Small goalie, too, undersized, 5'10", 5'10 and a half, about 170.
Already has 1 shutout on his World Junior Championship resume in this tournament.
So we're going to 4-on-4 here. This could be party time for the U.S. A lot of ice, a lot of speed.
See if they can open it up. They take it off the draw. Shot from the point. Went off the body. Boldy pushes it back. Now here's Johnson. To Turcotte now. He finds Boldy. From the other out there for Team USA. Johnson's shot through traffic wide of Lakotsi.
With all that playing with the puck up by the blue line, what you're trying to do is create a coverage mistake in a 4-on-4 where it's man-on-man.
Some bodies in the net of Spencer Knight. And he has lost his stick. Gets some help to get it back. Now at the point, Turan gives it to his partner. Boldy, we have a breakaway for Team USA. Alex Turcotte by himself. Turcotte to the backhand. He's stopped by Lakotsi again.
Oh boy, is the ghost of Yaroslav Janish starting to loom over this group. This kid is playing outstanding.
16 shots against, 15 saves. He's keeping Slovakia close here. Tromiak working well. The Kings prospect finds some help in the slot. Kanashko, the second NHL draft prospect, was coming on for a chance that was negated by Team USA.
U.S. wound up with a breakaway. This is the play where the mistake was. The Slovak defender losing his balance. You throw that down the corner. This doesn't happen, but another great aggressive play by Lakotsi in goal. Turcotte came in just to try to get him down. He gets low anyway. Think of Askarov of the Russian team, who's a big guy that likes to play low. This is a smaller guy that likes to play low and force you to go upstairs, but he doesn't give you a lot of room. He closes gaps extremely well, so he doesn't give you a lot of chance to get the puck up and over him. Smart piece of goaltending.
Boy, has he been tremendous. Brock Faber, defenseman. Lenter trying to feed it back to York. Instead, York will have to retreat. Lakotsi has only played a couple games back in Slovakia, U20 action. .48 goals against average and a .984 save percentage, because one of those games was a shutout.
This is one of those years when people ask you, hey, how's your season going? You just say to them, listen, I keep passing my COVID test. Like it's
right.
It's the highlight of your year.
Drop back for a shot. Can of corn for Spencer Knight. And with that, we will take a timeout here on NHL Network. The United States trying to push the lead beyond the current 1-0 score. There's Nate Lehman, the head coach for Team USA. Head coach at Providence College, was an assistant for Team USA in the World Juniors in '09 as Knight holds on to another shot.
I was talking with his assistant there, Chris Mayotte, this morning. Of course, we had our little Goalie Nation powwow, but we were talking about the makeup of this team, and Mayotte said to me that the one thing that they want, there were people who could dictate pace in all three zones, and the defensive zone is one of those areas where the U.S. wants to dictate pace in terms of the ability to move the puck out quick, good first pass, defenseman who can skate out. You're seeing a really good example of it right there.
By the way, we're back at 5-on-5. There were offsetting minors, which gave us a couple minutes of 4-on-4 action. 13 minutes left in the second period. U.S. up 1-0 in this quarterfinal game against Slovakia. Win and move on to the semis for Team USA against Finland. Loser goes home. Bobby Brink, Philadelphia Flyers prospect, who's had a good tournament, fights his way through a bunch of Slovak players. Still on the puck. Still on it. Tried to push it to somebody. It found the stick of Juan Turansky, who flips it forward.
Slovaks very, very disciplined in our own end. They're staying inside the dots. They're staying under the tops of the circles. And basically what they're doing is they're defending 5 against 3 underneath the dots. When the puck goes low, their coverage collapses. They're giving you the outside lanes, protecting the inside. U.S. has gotten some chances in front, grade A, but they're not getting the second and third kick at the can they want. Now remember, this happened against the Czechs. They were patient, they figured it out, and it was this line on the ice, Brink's line, that really got it going. And the patience component is going to be huge, especially in a single game elimination.
There is Jake Sanderson. He had his name called in the 2020 draft at the 5th overall selection by the Ottawa Senators. who then used a second-round pick on one of his Team USA mates and North Dakota teammate, Tyler Clevin, who's sitting tonight. Hunter Skinner drawing into the lineup for the first time. Waltzing in, Promiak's shot. Goes through the blue paint.
The Ottawa Senators should just buy a condo in Grand Forks.
Yeah, Tyler Clevin said with all the prospects that the Sens have playing for North Dakota, they started calling themselves the Ottawa Sioux.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. JBD, John Bernard Docker, and Shane Pinto.
Pinto, we watched. He was great for Team USA last year in this tournament.
I got news for you. He hasn't stopped being great.
Yeah.
He was tremendous in the pod, and on the face-off dot, he was outrageous.
Off this face-off dot, Slovak control. Beniers trying to push it through. That comes back out. Beniers digs it out. Caulfield, who was stopped on a good chance coming in, tries to snap one off, and instead is blocked by the stick of Nemitz.
Yeah, the lower you get underneath the face-off circle, the less room you have to make that pass. And the one thing that the Slovaks have is length on their back end with sticks.
Boldy up to Caulfield. Caulfield, a little move. Delayed penalty. And finally a whistle. We did see an American body hit the ice, and it looks like we're going to see the United States power play for the second time tonight.
So Robert Petrovitsky looks on.
10,
you referenced Sanderson a moment ago, and thanks to Pete Whitney from our coaching education program within USA Hockey for pointing this out. Petrovitsky and Sanderson's dad Jeff actually were teammates for a few games with the Hartford Whalers way back when. There you see the penalty, in the U.S. will get an opportunity 5-on-4 here to try to make some hay midway through period number 2.
208 NHL games played for Petrovitsky, the head coach for Team Slovakia. Hartford, Dallas, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, and the Islanders. And I mentioned 25 years playing pro hockey in 6 different leagues, 23 different teams. Here's the U.S. power play. Zegras with a shot into the stomach of Lakotsi.
That's a lot of equipment managers to tip.
Yes, it is.
This unit has really been good, and it's the unit that got him on the board in period number 1 on that play by Boldy. From one side of the net to the other, they got a couple different looks on his power play. They get the little jam play with Boldy as a possibility that they can set up, and you certainly got Kaliev, who, as we get a face-off violation here, you get Kaliev, who loves to play on his wing because he can protect the puck so well. Caulfield is that bumper guy in the middle. We discussed it the last game. Caulfield is so good in that bumper roll in the middle of the 1-3-1 in between the hash marks because his stick is constantly facing the puck carrier to be an option, even if it's just a quick pass and back to open up space for the original puck possessor.
Arthur Kaliev. Caulfield to the ice but keeps the puck. Zegras back to York. Now Zegras near side circle. Zegras down to Boldy. Boldy trying to stuff, but Lakotsi put his pad out there.
Great play by Boldy. I love the jam play. It's the old Roger Nielsen Rangers power play from the early 90s. And when you get a big rig winger that can jam it to the front of the net, it works great. Reminds me of like when Jordan Greenway was on Team USA. He lived for it.
Now York again. Puck with Zegras. Caulfield trying to find Boldy quickly. Boldy touches it to Zegras. Boldy below the goal line. Has Kaliev backdoor, lurking. Kaliev waiting to retrieve it. He has it now to win off the stick of Mudra. Boldy trying to go across, off a leg in front of the pad of Lakotsi, who covers.
That was a great idea. It's amazing how everybody in this coverage gets so locked in on Caulfield. They're all looking around at him in the middle. So he draws coverage. He could be an option. He does more by not touching the puck than sometimes he does when he touches it just because of where he is. You see the ricochet as you almost had a little bit of an own goal here. And there's the jam play I talked about, and I referenced it. Reminds me a lot of Steve Larmer, who used to love to do this, coming out of off the goal line and jamming it in that exact way.
55 ticks left on the power play for Team USA. Push back to the point. Second unit out there for the Americans. Sanderson running point. Now across for Brisson. Was in a tough angle for him, so he didn't get a good shot on. Brink. Over the line, Brink to the middle. Far side pass for a shot. Off the leg and off the glass. Now Sam Colangelo looking to center. Good stop. Not out though. Sanderson at the point. Brisson down below. Touch pass to Brink. But a good stick lift. Kept him from the shot. Brisson over to Turcotte. Or excuse me, to Colangelo. Colangelo shoots. He's got a ton of skill. That one hit the glass. Now Turcotte circling. Back at even strength. Sanderson will reset. So a couple chances on that man advantage for Team USA, but no goals as Lakotsi continues to be strong between the pipes. Turan, this shot blocked. On near side, taken out by Landon Slaggert. Slaggert pushing the pace forward. Stick by Nemitz. Plays it back the other way. 8:26 left in the second period. More than halfway done with this quarterfinal matchup between Team USA and Slovakia. Streaking in, Berard with the shot. High and wide. Berard pushes it to the point. There's a shot through traffic off a leg, and they score! Once again, Dave Starman, they put a puck on the net, and a great thing happens. It's 2-0, Team USA.
Proving the old axiom, there's just no such thing as a bad shot, especially when you get a lane to the net. And with the points, that lane closed up quickly. That probably hit 2 or 3 things on its way in. But the bottom line is it got to the net. Johnson with a quick play. And I think right in the middle of that quagmire, that puck hits something. And it sneaks past the goaltender, Latkovsky. And the U.S. with a 2-0 lead. I see the way the puck, the trajectory changed twice. And went from being flat and spinning to bouncing and knuckling. And the U.S. earns itself goal number 2. With some hard effort play in the offensive zone.
For now, Farinacci getting credit, but as we've seen in this tournament, I'm sure credit will be changed several times before we decide on who got the goal. Team USA does not care who gets credit for the tally. They care about the 2-goal lead here with less than 8 minutes to play in the second period. If it stays with Farinacci, the Coyotes' third rounder in 2019, it'll be his 3rd goal of the tournament. Kind of response does Slovakia have? Into the slot for a shot off the post. Fromiak, the Kings prospect, with a dandy of a chance. Now Caulfield the other way. Fires it across for Boldy. Boldy for Beniers. Now it's with Caulfield. He finds Faber. Faber will wing it on net. And it's kicked away by Lakotsi. Faber in a race to retrieve. Bodied by Slavkovsky. Chipped around by Caulfield, but held at the point. Now Petrovitsky, his blast. Had a ton of traffic. The puck ends up on the far side.
I love this response by the Slovaks. This is 2 good shifts back to back. And a couple of good scoring chances off the goal again. So they show some life and compete.
Yeah, they're pushing right now. And it looks like they're the ones who just scored a goal. Backhander from Turansky didn't get through. Kicked away as Team USA wants to get some fresh legs out on the ice. Icing waved off, so Petrovitsky will play.
1-0, you have to continue to play hard. Down 2-0, now urgency kind of creeps in, and that can wake you up real quick.
Look at Turcotte with the forecheck, forcing the turnover. Centered for Zegras or Kaliev. Nobody was there, but still a great play. Pushed along, back into neutral ice. Zegras, Turcotte has to hold up. And they say he did. Drops to Hellison. Hellison has it poked away from him by Turan. And the Slovaks are going the other way. Even numbers. U.S. now has the edge. As that one rattles off the glass. Held in, thrown at the point. There's a rebound in front of ice. It's still loose, and finally picked up by Arthur Kaliev. He saved his netminder Spencer Knight. Turcotte centers. Bounces away from Kaliev.
Assisted by number 22, Ryan Johnson, and by number 21, Brett Berard.
Played up. Jendek to the backhand. Now intercepted by Team USA. Baranacci getting credit. Johnson and Berard will have the apples. Last 5:10 of the second. And this middle frame has been good to Team USA, or they have been good in this middle frame throughout the tournament. They've outscored opponents 12-3 in the sandwich stanza. Now there's a wrister. Played around now. Henry front. One of 4 Ducks prospects. Throws it down. Slovakia will take over. United States won Group B thanks to a New Year's Eve shutout win over Sweden. There's a shot into the stomach of Blackotsi. He's been terrific, but they're able to squeak one by him thanks to the leg of John Farinacci. 2-0 Team USA. The broadcast of this game is authorized by USA Hockey. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of any image, sound, account, or description of this game without the express written consent of USA Hockey, the IIHF, is strictly prohibited. 2-0 Team USA. Spencer Knight and Dustin Wolf have been terrific together in this tournament. Knight has now played the last 3 games. And their counterpart tonight for Slovakia has been good too. Off the draw, flip back toward the net of Simon Blackotsi, who's got 20 stops. And let me tell you, some big ones. If you're just tuning into this game, it could be a much wider margin than just 2 goals for Slovakia. Played back, Baranacci with a point-blank shot. And again, extracurriculars, we've seen this all night between the U.S. and Slovakia. And fight wants to fight. Why, I don't know.
I was
Your
about to
team
say,
is down 2-0 in a quarterfinal game, my man.
Yeah,
Let's take a breath.
Absolutely. You can't afford to be sitting in the box right now. You need to play 5-on-5 as much as possible. That's exactly what Teddy Donato, the U.S. staff, is saying about, stay out of the scrums, play it whistle to whistle, and get out of there.
Slovakia, number 9, minor penalty, roughing.
That's just a dumb penalty at a bad time. And you have to know better. Nice play by Bobby Brink on the wall to keep it in and get that puck to the front of the net to create that whole thing. By the way, Brink's Denver Pioneers beat Colorado College tonight 6-1. It's the 1,500th win in Denver hockey history. They join 4 other programs with 1,500 wins. That's Minnesota. It's got 3 kids on this team. Michigan, it's got 3 kids on this team. Boston College with 2. And the University of North Dakota with a couple on this team as well. So congratulations to David Carl and the Denver Pioneers.
Bucci, fire up that college hockey hashtag. Team USA well repped in that regard. In front, Boldy has taken off his stick. U.S. power play after the misguided penalty by Roman Fight. 18-year-old being an 18-year-old. In an intense quarterfinal game, again, if Slovakia loses, they go home. If the U.S. wins, they'll face Finland in the semifinals. Cole Caulfield streaking in. Flings it around. Zegras will let it go, and he's checked off again by Turan. York for Caulfield. Zegras near side. We have another penalty coming up, and I wonder if Turan's going to get called for boarding. Zegras again not feeling great. Uh-oh.
Slovakia 23 late. Yeah.
They are putting a pounding on 9 in blue. He's obviously the target, but if you're going to wear a guy down physically, you got to make sure you get him at the right time, and that was a couple seconds after the puck left. Now, 20 years ago, that's finishing your hit. But with the new rules, if the player releases the puck, you've got about a half a second to a second to finish on as long as your momentum was taking you there. But after that, it's a risky proposition.
So 1 minute and 21 seconds of 5-on-3 play for Team USA. And it's good to see Zegras staying out there. Then we saw Kirby Doc leave this tournament early for Canada in the exhibition because of a play where he had both hands on the stick, hurt his wrist, and now he's out a handful of months. Zegras, top of the circle. York playing the point. Other side to Caulfield. Boldy and Kaliev down below. Zegras will dump it for Caulfield. Back to Z. Caulfield shoots. Bar down. 3-0 Team USA.
Cole Caulfield from 25 feet with time to take a shot. Have fun with this one. 3-0 U.S. The Slovaks were right there. Even at 2-0, they're right there. They took 2 awful penalties. And boy, have they ever paid the price. What a shot. What a shot.
Look at that emotion. That fires me up.
That's
right
a
there,
nice
man.
birthday gift.
Happy
for
birthday,
Caulfield.
Cole Caulfield, turning 20 years old today. Bar down for the birthday boy in a 3-0 lead, and still more than a minute and a half left of power play time for Team USA. Look, Lakotsi has been incredible. I don't think not much any netminder could do with a shot like that. Goodness gracious. 2 birthdays this tournament for Team USA so far. Colangelo and now Caulfield both have scored. There's another shot gloved out of the air. There is Colangelo.
You know how to wrist shot like that? Remember Derek King played for the Islanders for a long time?
I thought you just asked if I had a wrist shot like that.
No, I know you don't. So don't worry about it. I'll save you the trouble. Derek King was like that too. Just quick release, strong on his bottom hand, and I'll give you another guy, Theo Fleury. Shot the puck that way too. Just got low, a lot of pressure on the bottom hand, got torque. Love the reaction from Zegras.
Minute 6 left on the penalty for Slovakia. That'll help kill some time off.
His second of the tournament, score on the power play by number 13, Cole Caulfield. Assisted by number 9, Trevor Zegras. Time of the goal, 16:53.
Another helper for Trevor Zegras, by the way. Second of the game. Here is Zegras. Still has it. Boldy. Back to Zegras, down to Boldy. Boldy trying to stop. Caulfield is there. Caulfield to the backhand, and somehow Lakotsi and company kept it from going to the back of the net.
What passing! The passing by the U.S. on the power play has been outrageous, and they're not just moving the puck for the sake of moving the puck. I mean, they are moving the puck for the sake of getting the attack. And right now, the blood's in the water, and they are the sharks that smell it. And they are going to try to put this game away as soon as possible.
Caulfield, or excuse me, Kaliev, trying to cut his way in. And in comes Kashlik. Drop pass. Now into the slot, a slap shot, and they score. Kashlik has Slovakia on the board, and that ends the United States shutout run.
And more so than that, it adds a little bit of discomfort going to period number 3. This looks like a nothing play. It's a 2-on-2, numbers are back, everything's safe, then the puck starts bobbling around, and nobody, and I mean nobody, picked up the open man in Kazlik, and he didn't waste any time. He just ripped it, and Spencer Knight really didn't have a chance. Now, I would say when you're down with 3-1, careful on your cellies, but just before that, Nate Lehman in the break, and we heard it, Nate Lehman was all over his guys about, hey, guys, what? I'm not going to use the language, but you get the point.
He said, we're making our own problems. He's like, I don't have a lot to say to you guys. I really don't. We're making our own problems.
And you saw another example of it there.
Now Mikluka will play it back. Slovakia creating some jam here at the end of the second period. Back to a 2-goal edge for Team USA. Beniers will chase into the corner. Offside the call.
And if you've got one, you might as well go out and get another one. I love when coaches do this. Guy gets a goal, and I'm a big believer in making a change after a goal. Throw him right back out there as soon as he catches his breath.
One last break for us. Come back for the closing moments of the second period at the World Junior Championship.
I try not to make factual mistakes, but I made one, so let me apologize to Boston University. There are 5 programs now that Denver has joined at the 1500 win club. BU is the 5th. Minnesota, Michigan, BC, North Dakota, and Boston University. And Jack Parker had a ton of those 1500 wins.
So the shutout streak officially over for Team USA after the goal by Kashlik. 218 minutes and 53 seconds. Not allowing the goal, and then you see if you take out the empty net goal against Russia, even longer than that. Just outstanding performances by Wolf and Knight.
And the team as a whole.
Yeah,
I mean, this team as a whole, defending has been electric. I mean, they've been great.
This has not been their best game, but still up 3-1 here. Final minute of the second period, last 40 seconds, in fact.
They've had some funny January 2nd games. The worst one was that game in Toronto against the Swiss. They won that game 3-2. That game set hockey back about 50 years.
U.S. and Slovakia playing in the quarterfinals for the second time ever. The last time, 2009. The Slovaks won. Nate Lehman, an assistant at that point, now the head coach for Team USA. Last 10 seconds. Fired around the net of Lakotsi. Colangelo. As it go by him and Brisson. Last 3 seconds. Slovakia get a chance off. No, they will not. Horn sounds.
So what I think Nate Lehman and his group will tell the players, and it'll be a message that the leadership group, returning players, will enhance when they walk out of the room, is get back to playing the simple, effective, streamlined game that they've been playing. Go up and down your wing, get pucks moving north, get pucks behind the Slovak defense, make them defend, make them go 200 feet. Puck management has been the #1 thing that Nate Lehman has been preaching since this tournament started, and getting back to good puck management is going to be important.
40 minutes down, 20 minutes to go, but not before this second intermission report. Tony and EJ, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to this World Juniors intermission report fueled by Gatorade. Action-packed second period. EJ, let's dive right in.
All right.
We've got a lot to break down here because it was a 1-0 score, and now it's 3-1. 8 minutes and change, still 1-0 at this point. Here comes Team USA. Puck into the attacking end. And what happens here, EJ? Time and space. And the puck ends up in the net.
Yeah, good work by Berard along the wall to create the opportunity at the point for Johnson to shoot it. Don't turn down shots. Shoot pucks into crowds, through crowds. It looked like it hit Farinacci. Might have hit Slaggert. Who knows? They gave it to Farinacci, but it beat the goaltender, and that's a huge goal. It gives Team USA a 2-0 lead. You can see it again. It hits Farinacci, definitely. It hits another player there on the way through. And that's the way you have to score when a goaltender is playing as well as Lakotsi is playing in this game.
Breathing room for Team USA. Now a power play for the red, white, and blue. And watch the birthday boy, number 13, Cole Caulfield. This, a smart play that you pointed out, heady play by Zegras.
Yeah, get it to the net to get that power play. Get a 5-on-3 for as long as you possibly can. Zegras got it to the net.
And that led directly to this. Caulfield, the birthday boy, bar down, happy birthday, son. It's 3-0.
Yeah, I like the movement that they executed up top with Zegras and Caulfield. Then the quick pass back here, and then he just loads it up and shoots it there. I like what he did there. He loaded it up and shot it. He didn't try to dust it off at all, and he gets it just over that shoulder of Lakotsi. Great shot by Cole Caulfield. Happy birthday, buddy.
Fired up, the intensity evident there. Now remember, Team USA had not given up a goal since the Revolutionary War. Minute and a half to go, and here come the Slovaks. Kashlik with a rip right by Spencer Knight. 3-1.
Yeah, this is a goal that the USA coaching staff doesn't want to see late in the period. You're up 3-0. You want to go to the period with a 3-0 lead, and you can see a little Kuznetsov celebration there.
It's a bit much, considering it's 3-1. I want to ask you about Cole Caulfield's breakaway. There were two breakaways that we were going to focus in on, but the Caulfield one, what did you see?
Yeah, it was just a great play. He was able to get behind the defense, and, you know, the Montreal Canadiens draft pick, you see it here. He's going to get this pass from Sanderson and just sneaks behind, which he's been doing a lot in this tournament. Gets a good shot off. It's a good save. And then the second shot, it looks like he almost stops it with the back of his own stick. He just kind of flubs it. But, you know, this is what you want Cole Caulfield doing. You want him moving his feet, skating without the puck, getting to those areas. And, boy, he almost scored there. But he would get one a little later. Here it is again. Watch this. The back of his stick.
That was close.
Almost not. I think the back of his stick just deflected it out. They had another breakaway a little bit later in the period with Alex Turcotte, but it just goes to show you that Simon Lakotsi has played very well in goal for Slovakia tonight. So when that happens, you got to get a lot of pucks to the net. You got to get traffic. And you just got to keep working. And Team USA, I think, did a little bit more of that as the period wore on. Early in the period, they had a lot of zone time, but was on the outside. That plays right into Slovakia's hands. That's what they want to do in the D zone, keep you on the outside. Dave Starman talked about that throughout the period. Team USA did a little bit of a better job getting pucks to the net, and then, of course, got a two-man advantage on a power play and took advantage with the Caulfield goal.
The Americans are 20 minutes away from advancing to the semifinal round. Canada had a chance earlier today to advance to the semis. They took on the Czech Republic. Cousins with the icebreaker. He was dominant. The team was too. Highlights next. Quarterfinal action. Team Canada taking on the Czech Republic. No score. Czechs threatening. Devin Levi makes the stop on Simon Kubicek.
Yeah, great opportunity early in the game for the Czechs, but Levi gets out there, and the best thing, stops that puck, no rebound.
Nick Malik at the other end. This is scary. Dylan Cousins coming in hot, 1-0.
Oh, yeah, nice play by Dylan Cousins. The Buffalo Sabres draft pick gets this little flip pass. He's coming in, nice little move, and gets a little bit of a lucky roll through for the goal.
When you're that good, the luck seems to happen. In Canada, with a lengthy possession, Bowen Byram, that's a goal. 2-0.
I love watching this kid play. The Colorado Avalanche first-round draft pick from a couple of years ago. Skate, skate, look. And he puts it on goal and in the net. Great play.
Empty nets, 2-0. And McMichael makes it 3-0. Dagger. Canada on to the semis, to no one's surprise. Here's Russia and Germany. About halfway through the first, Germany on the power play. Breakaway, Vasily Ponomaryov.
Yeah, great pass from Chistakov, the Nashville pick, all the way up to Ponomaryov, the Carolina pick. Shimmy shake, Tony.
Yeah, the shoulders.
And he puts it home.
IIHF with his team down 2-0 from the slot, makes it 2-1.
Yeah, turnover, quick shot. He was good all day, had a lot of chances in the game.
Here comes IIHF, 4-on-4, White down. Watch this, patience is a virtue, but Askarov able to hold him off.
Yeah, he did hang on there, stayed tall, big goalie, didn't give him much. They hang on, the Nashville pick in goal, Askarov.
The Russians are on to the semis. Finland and Sweden already 1-0, and watch the big fella through the legs and into the twine. Oh, Elmer.
Yes, Elmer Soderblom. It's the second time he's done this in the tournament. Big kid, Detroit Red Wings draft pick, 6th rounder. That's going to be a good one.
Now it's a 2-1 score in the third. Power play. And it's Lundell, 2-2.
The tire from the Florida Panthers first-round pick. Nice shot.
Final 30 seconds. Watch the wraparound. Hervonen, you're a hero in Finland. 3 straight goals.
They pushed so hard in the second half of this game. Great play by Hervonen. The goalie gets stuck there. Toronto Maple Leafs second rounder puts it home. Celebrate, Finland.
That's what joy looks like. Third period straight ahead. Team USA with a 2-goal lead. And 20 minutes between the red, white, and blue and the semis. Come right back.
This intermission report is fueled by Gatorade. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Here are your numbers through 2. Let's hear from the birthday boy, Jill Savage, alongside Cole Caulfield.
Colangelo got a goal on his birthday the other day. You get one here on your birthday. Take us through it.
Yeah, I mean, we got lucky on a 5-on-3 there. Had some good puck movement, and we were rolling around. Z gave me a nice pass, and it just happened to go in.
Slovakia making you work for everything out there on the ice offensively. What have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, they're a gritty team. Yeah, we knew it wasn't going to be easy. You have to play a full 60 minutes, and we were kind of taking long shifts in the second, kind of got ahead of ourselves. But as long as we shut it down in the third and keep playing the right way and the simple way, we'll be fine.
What is that going to take?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take short shifts. I thought, we were getting a little long out there, and, it was just trickling down each line. And, when you see that, every line starts to do it. So I think we just got to keep them short and, keep working.
Best of luck.
Thanks, Joe.
You heard it, short shifts. The simple things, the little things, get back to doing that in period number 3. Close this one out.
And if they can close it out, Team USA will be headed to the semifinal round. We're going to take a break. Third period straight ahead. Baranacci, we think, scored. Bottom line, red, white, and blue, up 3-1.
Welcome back to this quarterfinal telecast of the World Junior Hockey Championships on NHL Network. This broadcast fueled by Gatorade. It is 3-1 Team USA after 2 periods of play, Dave Starman. And honestly, for a while, Lakotsi was giving us János vibes, the way he was keeping the puck out of the net and keeping Slovakia in it. But finally, Team USA was able to break through.
Yes, they did, and they kept at it. And that's one of the things that this team has really had. It's that ability to stay with their plan, stay within their system, stay within their structure. Caulfield had a great chance at a breakaway and a great second chance. That didn't happen. U.S. attacking the net by having a shot mentality and putting pucks on goal everywhere. Another breakaway opportunity, another great save by Lakotsi. And it, again, it reminded me a lot of that 2009 game when Jaroslav János did everything he could to stymie the U.S., who took over 50 shots in that game. The only difference in that game was the Slovaks scored. Here the U.S. finally broke through, and then on a 5-on-3, yeah, good luck. No one's going to stop that. I don't care who you are. Cole Caulfield with an NHL goal. And the U.S. up 3-0. Slovaks got one late, 3-1. I would say this thing is far from over, but I do believe that the United States went into the locker room and discussed continuing the plan of wide drive, get pucks to the net, and make the Slovaks defend.
Caulfield going bar down on his B-day and letting out a hearty scream inside the bubble. We heard it all the way here in Jersey. Into the zone quickly. Zegras knifing through. Zegras with a shot. Kick save. Rebound. Another stop by Lakotsi. Oh, brother. What a performance. Thrown at Spencer Knight. Under the far boards. Pushed back by Fight. Now near side. Nemitz. Nemitz will fire. That one whistles high. Faber reversing course. Feeding it to his partner Cam York. Matt Boldy, the wild prospect, enters and fires off the glass, and it rattles all the way back down. Right off the bench was Hellison. And now it's his with the stick of Jake Sanderson. Tangles through Beniers. Sanderson in. Finally taken away from him. Shots 29-10 in favor of the United States. Mikluka couldn't get around Hellison. Beniers chasing after Stacha. Hellison fires, tipped into the glove of Lakotsi.
Kid makes save after save. U.S. with good play on the wall, and then they finally get a chance set up, and he is right on. Zegras has not been an easy man to stop in this tournament, and Lakotsi with a good stop here just by holding his ground and a secondary save. Great athleticism. He really reminds me a lot of Askarov, just about a foot smaller, but similar style.
Wraparound attempt by Farinacci. Poked back in by Thrun. Check laid by Farinacci. Now back for Gaulion. Bouncing, thrown back at the line. Lakotsi will hold.
And the one thing that he has done well where he could is hold on to rebounds so that there's not a lot of scrambly play in front of him. And to me, that has been a big thing for the Slovaks where they can, is to be able to, if you want to try to dictate pace in your own end, as we alluded to earlier, I like the kid who's identifying himself.
Right. It's building his brand.
Then win face-offs in your own end so you can control the outs. When you lose a defensive zone draw, you are in scramble mode right from the get-go, and there's a good win and a good out.
Brock Faber.
Now, part two of this is win the draw, have a good out, and then get offensive zone possession. That only happens with either a good first pass or a good chip to space with speed going through.
Thrown at Knight, he sticks it aside. It's taken away from Faber, and Slager picked up his D-man. The takeaway of his own. United States holds on. They will move on to the semifinals on Monday against Finland. And what would be a rematch of last year's quarters and the gold medal game from 2 World Junior Championships years ago.
My old buddy Lou Mangeluzzo, now with the Devils, was with that 2004 team when the U.S. won gold. They beat Canada in the gold medal game, and we've been talking about how hard it is to play against the Finns. And he said after that game after Helsinki was over in 2004, the U.S. delegation really felt like the game against Finland was the tougher game to play than the game against Canada. The Finns are just an in-your-face team. They don't let you breathe, and that's why that matchup is always tricky.
The other semifinal will be Canada-Russia, a rematch of last year's gold medal game. Now, if Slovakia were to storm back here and win, as that one bounces behind the net of Lakotsi, then Slovakia would play Canada with the reseed.
Bob Mancini has been with USA Hockey a long time. Always said to me, the two teams that have figured this tournament out really well are the Slovaks and the Finns. Now, I think the Finns more so because they've maintained the talent level where the Slovaks haven't.
But to your point, Slovakia always knows how to get that one win to move on to the quarterfinals and stay out of relegation.
You know, they know they're going to go into these tournaments, the Slovaks do, that and maybe come out of the pool play at 2-2 because they're going to get two of the big ends in the pool play. So maybe they lose to the 2A teams, but they win the two games against the teams that they can beat. And then you're right, they become that tough out on January 2nd, whereas the Finns, who just play so hard, and it's a cultural thing about how hard they play, they're not an easy out for anybody.
Here's Cole Caulfield. Now Johnson slings it around. No icing on this play, so Lakotsi will come out. Beniers in pursuit. Beniers almost to the takeaway. It's pushed forward. It's Cole Caulfield again. Swings around the boards. This is the fourth game of the day in Edmonton. How do you think the ice has played thus far?
Great question. The ice looks great. I mean, we're not there. But when talking with some of the USA assistants and asking them about it, they've not mentioned to me anytime I've inquired that the ice has been an issue in any game.
There's a shot from the point. Blocked and bounced around. Now Beniers, the stick handle. It is an NHL building and an NHL crew, so we tip our cap to those working in Edmonton.
And ask any player who played in the 80s where the best ice was. They would always tell you Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton because the Oilers wanted the ice hard and fast.
The back check from Berard, forcing Slovakia to jump in.
As opposed to Madison Square Garden where you needed to bring your floaties.
Yeah. Or the old Chicago Stadium.
Yeah, that's another good one.
My dad would regal me with stories about that in the summer. Shoot, I mean, famous Stanley Cup game playing in fog, basically. There's a turnover behind the net, thrown back in front by Brink. I love that play. Didn't end up scoring a goal on it. But we've seen some funny bounces throughout this tournament go the United States' way. 5 minutes have been played here in the third and final period of regulation. Slovakia trying to come back and stay alive, the World Juniors. Brett Berard streaking in, holds. Berard still on the puck. Has it taken off of him?
Shoot the puck. Grade A. Two-shot game. Shoot the darn thing.
Now we go the other way. Kashlik, the goal scorer for Slovakia, would have had it, but there was a whistle. ShopUSAHockey.com is the official online store of USA Hockey, and it is your source for the absolute latest in all USA Hockey apparel. Jerseys, outerwear, whatever you want, find it, and you'll be able to proudly cheer on Team USA. So ShopUSAHockey.com and see the latest offers right now. With Dave Starman in our NHL Network studios in New Jersey, I'm Stephen Elson. Wherever you are, thank you for joining us, especially early on this Sunday morning now, late on a Saturday night.
Great part is it's a Saturday. Kids can stay up late. School
right.
starts again for a lot of people next week, but the young American kids can stay up and watch this team that I know a lot of them probably sit at home and would love to one day be a part of.
Now in Slovakia, it's the early morning here, so they're waking up, trying to cheer on their team to a comeback here in the third period. With the mighty United States seeded as the 2 seed overall behind Canada. Here's Ryan Johnson, good pass, and Turcotte's brought down before he can get the shot off. Spencer Knight shovels it the other way. Hack back in.
I'm convinced if you put a blindfold on Turcotte, he could still find his way to the net. He's just, it's like a tracking device.
He's got a nose for it, doesn't he? Turcotte with Kaliyev. Shot. Swallowed up. by Latkoczy. A timeout for us here on the network. We'll finish up regulation when we come back.
A few people are asking what the pin on my jacket was. It is a Paralympic pin from the Sochi Olympics.
I saw your tweet.
Tribute to a lot of my buddies at USA Hockey who do great jobs in the sled program, whether it be Dan Brennan or Guy Goslin.
How dominant is that program?
Chuck Gridley in New York, who does a tremendous amount with the sled program in the state of New York. Just a wonderful program.
Slovaks won the faceoff. The U.S. wins the war. They keep it in the O-zone. Now taken away by Promiak. Promiak, the 5th round pick of the Los Angeles Kings in 2020. Wearing number 8 in white. Back up to the point for a slap shot. It's tipped. Knight never saw it, but hit the glass. Caulfield plays it off the boards, but right to the stick of Slavkovsky, who uncorked one and was kicked away by Knight.
The trick for the Slovaks now, they're getting some shots to the net. They're just not getting a net presence. Like the big thing now is you're going to get those shots, you try to get some big rebounds. Make sure you've got a pair of sticks in front of the net that can start banging away. Go to where the goals are.
Jake Sanderson trying to push the pace. He's sealed off. Now it's flung around by Stacha. Now we have an icing. So Team USA with 23 NHL draft picks on this roster. Team Slovakia with 2. Samuel Konashko, Blue Jackets 3rd rounder, and I mentioned Promiak. Now, this note from my man John Hovind, who is the mayor in Kings Country, and he's been just bombarding me with excellent notes, and I love this one. Promiak's coach overseas, as that's covered by Latkoczy, is Jan Pardavi, who played for the Slovak national team in the 2002 Olympics alongside 5 former LA Kings: Ziggy Palffy, Lubomir Wisnowski, Miguel Handzus, Josef Stumpel, and the late great Pavel Dimitra. And now Promiak in the Kings system.
Pavel Dimitra was on that team in '92 when the country broke apart.
Penalty coming up on Team USA. It'll be a 3rd of the evening. So that's what you've given that history lesson before.
Yep, the Velvet Divorce, the separation of the dissolution of Czechoslovakia.
USA number 2 minor tripping.
When it became the Czech Republic and Slovakia, right in the middle of the World Junior Tournament, January 1st of '93. As you see the penalty on Helleson. And yet Dimitra, the late Pavel Dimitra, was on that team. Big, and it's the obvious comment, but this is a huge power play for the Slovaks. They may not get another kick at it like this one.
0 for 2 on the man advantage thus far. That one sails wide of the net of Knight. U.S. nursing a 2-goal lead.
And if you're the Slovaks, you want numbers on the pocket. You want to be pounding them to the net right now. That to me is really their key, right? Win your races, get numbers on the puck, 2-on-1s all over the ice, and pound it to the front of the net.
30 seconds have been killed this far. Ilush. He meets Ryan Johnson behind the net. Now Nemetz. Played down for Fight. Fight took one of the Slovak minors earlier that led to a 5-on-3 that the U.S. scored on. Now at the point for Promiak. Near side for Nemetz. Nemetz down below. Slovakia being patient here on the man advantage, trying to set up a quality chance. Promiak will dangle to the left of Boldy. Pass back for Nemetz. Nemetz shot. Never got through. Slap shot blocked by Cam York. Rebound loose. Kick save by Spencer Knight.
Oh, what a stop. Off a broken play. That's where the Czechs got their best advantage. Was on a broken play, and Knight was there.
Coming in, Mikluka. He bounces it around the boards. Sanderson now, part of the U.S. gathering there. And Faber will shovel it out of the D zone. Final 20 seconds of the power play for Team Slovakia, coming in with speed for a shot off the side of the net. That was Slavkovsky. Now Sanderson. What are you going to do with it? Backhand, not out. Thrown back in. They score! there. Might have been redirected in front of Spencer Knight. All we know, it's a 1-goal game.
Win races, create 2-on-1s, pound the puck to the front of the net, and make sure you got bodies that are there in front. What do the Slovaks do? That. They got a puck back to the net, they got a play to the front of the net, a little tip in, and all of a sudden it's now a one-shot game, and that is somebody who was way too wide open for my liking, as Sochka was just standing behind the U.S. defense. The U.S. thought they had a clear. Strong side defense moved up the wall. Faber had a mini 2-on-1 all by himself down below, and that play happened too fast for him to react to it.
Dominik Sochka, 6'6", 227 pounds, gets a stick on it. They get 3-2. All right, folks, buckle up. 10 minutes left in regulation. This quarterfinal game, Team USA trying to hang on and prevent a Slovakian upset. Push back ahead by Thrun. Slapped in by the Slovaks. Let's see what kind of response Team USA has. When they went up 2-0, Slovakia came out with some jam. Will the United States tighten up? Remember, last year's disappointment, getting knocked out in the corners, 6th place finish, worst since 2012. They have looked outstanding the first 4 games of this tournament, prelims.
All right, so you just made a good point. What's the response going to be? The response to goals for and goals against are extremely important. For the Slovaks, obviously stringing 2 or 3 shifts together right now will put the U.S. back on their heels a little bit, which is a spot that they haven't been in, with the exception of a couple of stretches of games throughout this tournament, but not often. For the U.S., conversely, a couple of big shifts could stem the tide here.
Shot blocked into the corner. It's dug up out Thrun. Now Turcotte with it. Turcotte pushes it over to Kaliev. Kaliev will swat at it.
Steve, the little things that matter, the little details that matter, become the biggest components in who wins this game right now in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Last 9. Boldy holds, fires, swallowed up by Latkotsi. And we will step aside.
That's going to leave a mark.
Grab a snack, grab a beverage. It's a 1-goal game, and we're coming right back. You missed it while we were away in commercial break, but the Slovakian bench is feeling it right now. From that bench boss and Robert Petrovitsky to his team in front of him.
They're looking around along the lines of, hey, the Swedes couldn't score on these guys. We've got 2.
Yeah.
We were down, we fought back, and it's a one-shot. If you told the Slovaks that with 9 minutes to go in the 3rd period, they'd be in a one-shot game against the U.S., they would have signed up in a heartbeat.
And again, they've been outshot 35-15. Kanashko flips it forward.
Oh, I like that idea.
Just out of the reach of Fromiak. Oh, boy.
Oh, that was nice. A little wind behind. The defenseman goes behind the net. Instead of hammering up the wall like everybody thinks he's going to do or chipping it off the glass, he goes straight up the gut to stretch the rink. And the Slovaks almost steal a breakaway.
Spencer Knight still in net for Team USA. Trying to stay as calm as he typically is. Fromiak into the middle. Pushed ahead by Caulfield. Caulfield, 20 years old today. 15th overall pick in 2019 of the Montreal Canadiens. Tipped ahead, gloved down by York. York plays it quickly to Boldy. Boldy off the side of the back of the net. And it hits the Slovak bench and will stop play. Nate Lehman, I can't wait to hear his post-game diagnosis of this contest. And obviously he's hoping he can break it down after a win. But he has not been happy with his club from what we have heard.
But remember what he said this morning. He said, if I walk in there and tell them the importance of this game, they're going to tighten right up. But if the leadership group does it, they can do it a little bit more low-key, keep everybody relaxed.
Ellison from the point. Kicked ahead. Bobby Brink wrapping it around. Brink shot. Kicked away. Still fighting for it. Farinacci joined by Berard. And to your point, he did leave it to the 8 returners, spearheaded by Caulfield, Zegras, and Turcotte, and York. Let them know, hey, last year we found out what could happen in the quarters as Farinacci's shot is blocked away and out of play, as they were shut down and stymied by the Finns.
Oh, like a wet blanket, the Finns were all over them last year. This has been a little different. The Slovaks have been good in their own zone, but yet the U.S. has 35 shots. I guarantee you they probably got at least 14 grade A's out of this. And they've been able to play their game. They just haven't scored as much as they have in recent games. Now you start to say to yourself, are they going to get frustrated by this and try to once again get a little too individualistic in the last 7 minutes? Or are there guys on the bench thinking, I'm the guy that's going to go out there and get this, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead? You wonder whether the team game and the concept that's been working for them stays together. I think it will, because it's a really well-coached team with a good leadership group.
Johnson ushers it forward. Now across the line is Slaggert. Slaggert will chip it in and chase. He's checked off, but he's back on his feet as the puck is played to the near side. Johnson pinching. D-man has it taken off him by Mudrak. Now Golian will start the exit with 7 minutes left in the third. The United States up 1.
And you can tell with the defensemen and their dive downs in the offensive zone, they are not pulling the reins back and playing a prevent.
Fight will throw it around the boards. Looking for Ilush. Turcotte to front. And flip forward. And it's going to be an icing on the U.S. I mentioned the 2 draft picks for the Slovaks. They haven't had a first-round pick, Slovakia, in the last 15 drafts. Marko Danov for Columbus, the only Slovakian to go in round number 1 in the last decade and a half. That surprises me.
I was talking with Ken Danico about that earlier today, and we were both surprised when we were discussing that.
Hey, but also another thing Dano says is there's a shot quick off the draw. Whistles by the head of Spencer Knight. And he holds on here is that will can beat skill. The United States has more skill, more talent, more draft prospects to be sure.
There's the old saying by my friend Red Gendra, now the head coach at Maine, who always Red was an assistant coach in New Jersey when Dano was playing there. And Red is famous for always telling me, you know what, the team that gets off the bus with the best players generally wins. But in these single elimination games, we've seen it so many times here and in the NCAA tournament, whether it be the regionals or the Frozen Four, where it's a 1-game single elimination, that lower seed has got a real good puncher's chance of pulling off an upset.
Turcotte against Mikluka off the dot. United States wins. Remember, that was a focus we mentioned before the game. They wanted to be better at the circle, not just with the guy taking the face off, but the second guy in.
Secondary wins are just as important. There might be nights where the centerman just knows he's not having a good night, or he gets into a matchup against a guy he just can't beat, or maybe it's on the wrong dot for him. Scrambling and secondary wins are equally good as way to win a face-off.
Centered and deflected into the air. Now Zegras will control. Has Kaliev to his right. Kaliev enters, and they're going to be offside. Oh, Trevor Zegras unhappy. He wanted to help the United States double up the lead. For now, it's still 3-2, 5:56 left. You're not going anywhere. Not only did the United States have its shutout streak snapped to 218-53, which is a World Junior Championship record according to USA Hockey, they've had the lead cut to 1. 3-2. Hang on to your butts, folks. 5:56 remaining in regulation. Caulfield from a sharp angle. Still we play on. That line of Beniers, Caulfield and Boldy has been good. Caulfield dances in, looking for more. Caulfield shoots off the post. Beniers down to Boldy. Center for Caulfield, who whiffed. Caulfield quickly down. Near side for Boldy. Caulfield in the corner. Taken now by Beniers. Thrown back in from the point. Cole Caulfield he looks much more stronger, much more confident, much more assertive in this tournament than he did a year ago.
He's got energy. I think the U.S. is searching for some energy here. Caulfield's got a ton of it, and I wouldn't be shocked if they ride him for the last 5 minutes.
And this line has provided a ton as well. Can they spark it here at the end of regulation for Team USA? Offside call. I'm talking about Farinacci, Brink, and Berard.
Caulfield picks up a puck, puts the burners on, and the Slovaks do a real nice job of keeping to the outside as Turan with a good stick uses his length. A little flyby by Petrovicki, and then Caulfield gets in for a good opportunity, and he didn't miss by much. A moment ago, the Zegras-Kaliev line had a little misconnection as they crossed the line. You saw some emotion out of Zegras.
Yep.
This is where your leaders need to keep their composure.
JZ time left on the clock, 4:44.
If the 0-2 see the 0-1s panic, you got a problem on your hands.
4.5 for Slovakia to tie it. 4.5 separating the United States from a semifinal date with the Finns. Look at the forecheck of this line again. Brink. To Farinacci. Farinacci patient. Farinacci to his backhand. They score! Farinacci waited for his time, found an opening, and made it 4-2.
U.S. gets the puck in, and this big fat rebound is the start of all kinds of trouble for the Slovaks. As Gotsky didn't handle it well, U.S. goes to work to get the forecheck established, get in there and tenderize the beef a little bit. Farinacci, the big boy, comes in on his backhand, goes far side, uses the reach on his stick. Great play by Brink to get the defenseman tied up. Look at the coverage as he got the Slovak defense to move. That was Golian, who he drew out of the way. That opened up the door for Farinacci. Mouthpiece flying, goals in, 4-2 U.S.
LFG, Farinacci says. The lead back to 2 with 4:14 remaining.
Now look for the, I'm telling you, look for the Slovaks to get the goalie out within the next minute.
Two tallies for the Arizona Coyotes third rounder in 2019, and boy was that massive. Up ahead for Zegras. Here comes Slovakia before the turnover forced by Turcotte. Colangelo with the wrister. Held on by Lakotsi.
Farinacci, who played a good chunk of his youth hockey not more than an hour from where we are in Red Bank, New Jersey. And he just comes around, but it was the play by Brink to clear out space. Brink just kept going. The Slovaks had a little bit of confusion. You know, in a situation like that, if you don't panic, maybe you pull a switch and the 24 stays where he wants to, stays on the strong side, and hands Brink over to his partner, which is Mudrack. Didn't happen. The play happened so quick, and that's when you make mistakes.
Into the middle, puck in the air, gloved down by Beniers. Some breathing room for Team USA. Boldy lays the body on Turan. Farinacci second of the night, 4th goal in 5 games for the Swiss Army knife of this American roster. Look at Boldy, and Beniers just content to hold it into the corner.
And now your game plan changes just slightly. Now, to use the overused phrase a little bit that we've had, puck management, but now it's everything wide, everything down the walls. Third forward stays high, doesn't drop in unless the puck is on a stick, and there's all kinds of daylight. And what Teddy Donato is going to talk to this group about is reaction to lost pucks and making sure middle lanes are covered, cut the ice in half.
Farinacci, Brink, and Berard back out there up front. Sanderson turn, diving. There is Hellison to negate the pass. And the U.S. clears with 2:50 to go. Again, a reminder, this isn't the prelims. This is the quarterfinal. Berard's shot swallowed up as he's thrown down by Mudrak.
Berard going hard to the net as he has all night, all tournament.
He just looks like a friar, doesn't he? You know?
Nate Lehman, the beauty of Nate's teams at Providence College is they play hard, they play smart, and after they soften you up for 40 minutes, then they let their skill take over, and that's how they have won a lot of games at Schneider Arena. If you're I am surprised. Well, the Slovaks probably keeping their timeout in the bank in case they can get a quick offensive zone draw, but at some point with a fresh line on here, I guarantee you they clear with possession, goalie out, and then it's, then the party starts.
Johnson trying to keep it. He does. Well kept at the line. 2.5 to go. 41 shots for Team USA, 4 goals. 16 shots for Slovakia, 2 goals. Flipped high into the air, bounces in front of Slager. Turcotte runs into him.
Do the Slovaks think the period's 22 minutes? You got to get the goalie out here.
And Lakotski's even looking. He's ready to go. Under 2 minutes to play. He's still in his crease. Retreating is Konashko. Now Mikluka. 90 and change to play. Extra attack there out there for the Slovakia team, and Matt Beniers is going to ice it with an empty net goal. That was suboptimal for Slovakia.
that was a clinic on what not to do. Down by 2 in the last 3.5 minutes. But give the U.S. credit. Yep. I mean, the one thing that the U.S. did was they put enough pressure on the Slovaks in the offensive zone and the neutral zone that it didn't allow them to have possession. And I am just guessing that the Slovak staff wanted full possession of the puck in the offensive zone before pulling the goalie. But my thing is, even if you're battling for possession, it's undetermined, but you pin them deep, you pull that 6th guy out, you got a whole lot more chance to hold a puck in if you lose it, or go back and get it. Slovaks played pretty gamely. This is a game that, on paper, they shouldn't have been anywhere near being close to. And the U.S., I think, will get a nice wake-up call on this game. This has not been their best game, but they needed one like this so they don't play the Finns with too much overconfidence.
Matt Beniers picks up his first goal of the World Junior Championship. And folks, let me tell you, he's earned a tally the way he's played up to this point. He's been dynamite. Things got hairy for Team USA, no question about it. And as you said, credit to Slovakia for putting the pressure on the Americans. The U.S. with the response late in the 3rd period. Brendan Brisson to push things out for Slager. Now to Colangelo. It's under 40 to go in the game. There's a shot. Kicked off the glass. Thrown at night by Mudrak. Thrown again at night. And this time he has to hold on.
Handicapping the players of the game. The Slovak goaltender has got to be number 1 for them.
No question. Simon Latkoczy.
And I would have no problem with Caulfield on the U.S. side.
Caulfield scoring on his 20th birthday.
He's just played a man's game. He's played hard. He's played smart. He's been on pucks. Shot when he can. He's been unselfish.
Don't spoil the Gatorade Player of the Game star, man.
Listen, I didn't say anything was announced. I'm just handing. I'm talking from the tournament director's perspective here.
We will find out the players of the game for each side.
And then the Slovaks will get their 3 best players at the tournament awards.
Last 10 seconds of the quarterfinals. Team USA despite a strong Slovakian push. We'll move on to the semifinals. United States and Finland, let's do it again.
So gold medal game from 2 years ago in one semifinal, gold medal game from last year in the other. And 4 of the big 5 still alive, which is basically what everybody predicted coming in. It was just a matter of who of the 5 was going to fall out. It was the Swedes.
And a big comeback win for Finland in their quarter.
I'm telling you, they're a scary team. They are a hard out. And this is a good game for the U.S. to have been involved in. I do think they stuck to their plan, but I also think that this was a really good wake-up call for them on how hard that next game is going to be for the players that haven't been in this tournament yet.
Obvious heartbreak and disappointment on the Slovakian blue line right now, but again, what an effort from that club. 2 NHL draft picks, a lot of youngsters, 4 16-year-olds, a young netminder in Simon Latkoczy, who had a Herculean
The best players
night.
of each team is presented by Explore Edmonton, the visitor economy and venue management organization for Edmonton. Each winner will be awarded with a custom wallet from local maker Close General Leather Company. Recipients will receive their award after they exit the ice. The best player of Team Slovakia est le numéro 7, number 7, Dominique Sojka. The best player of Team USA est le numéro 25, number 25, John Farinacci. And now for the 3 best players of the 2021 IIHF World Junior Championship for Team Slovakia. The 3 best players are selected by their team and will each receive a Tissot watch. The 3 best players of Team Slovakia are goaltender, gardien de but, numéro 30, number 30, Simon Latkoczy. Defenseman, défenseur, le numéro 4, number 4, David Mudrak. And defenseman, défenseur, le numéro 5, number 5, Shimon Nimitz. Et maintenant, pour l'hymne national, for the national anthem of Team USA.
Sticks hit the ice after the anthem for Team USA, moving on to the semifinals. We're moving on to a break. When we come back, the post-game show begins. We'll wrap it up.